So there, good evening. In the fall, went with Máté Makai. I've been here from the Tibet. She talked about the Continental Literary Magazine. I'm going to see some video presentation about how I really proceed according to what I will comment on the information back there. We find some information main photos and there are some issues of our former publication of our former issues, so we will have some. And I don't want to read up all the information, but I'd like to. And first of all, the one was that the Continental Literary Magazine is a quarterly magazine, literary magazine, and it's by Mr. International Literary team based in Budapest. Now, I had a mixed nationality team. We had several editors at whole around Europe from United States and United Kingdom. Our chief editor it is Shanghai Asperini, and our Central European editor is Máté Makai. We have English-speaking editors as well, with English from Northern Ireland and last of Europe from the United States. Since we are here tonight to talk about ideas, I was talking about what they're understanding as an idea. We want to create a magazine that is possible and how it's possible to render them to be in the shirt in the American month. And that is a very hard task. As you may know, the United States has a great market for literature. And have 400 to 300 billion people speaking English in the United States and 460 and billions. And that can so if we are able to bring Central Europe literature to this market, it's where we had a big look at our cheap potential for European writers. The concept is to produce a kind of thing that is both American, both European. You see, the present the magazine always say this is American magazine because they wanted to create a magazine that is interesting for the American readers. That means that we present the text in American English language, and that's why we have to work on American editors as well. And it is a European magazine because it represents European literature. If I want to pretend it's down, compare this magazine to that and color magazine, I can say that it resembles to the Paris Review that is both and correct. It's both party camp and both French and magazine, which represents European literature there. So our magazine consists of several the bigger parts. We had an Anglo-Saxon section, rebuilt, and we did major and upcoming with speaking authors from the United States and from the United Kingdom as well. We have a section where we present European, Central European authors. We have already presented authors so far from Ukraine, from Slovakia, from Austria, some Poland, from Hungary as well. And in the British and American section, we managed to reach authors from the United States and with eyes to Janum full publication, which is a great thing. Once we wanted to have that same point for the US readers, which was for part was a reactive section of the magazine. So the reactive section means we try to reach our English-speaking native American and British author, philosopher, writer, and literary person who can give us a valuable interview. So far, we were able to reach and Continental which friendly is Mark Chomsky, and from the United States, also from Hungary for last war, but for bashing, becoming famous in Upson, so the COVID have and the main hand and strange into the network ever. You said from Metro and then assistant, yes. And so this is the Portland magazine, which has a other big potential. we have a more variety in playing the ordinary refugees that can make the world furiously. Who has warned and are denying the prizes, for example, in Germany and Hungary as well. We wanted to produce a magazine that looks good and that is collectible when it is displayed in a publisher style. That means if you put it on your bookshelves, you can watch there are titles are to title before sold is highly collectible due to magazine. And I have to tell you, when we presented the magazine in the United States, many people from the audience said that it's a very interesting magazine, and they wanted to know the name of the graphic designer, but we said no, these are people, so here we keep things sold, hands off. We wanted some kind of literary export and to have local magazine. What is the potential in this literary export? I've already mentioned that the United States market is a huge market. And we're a wide market, and then we have to present this magazine as for that as well. So I've already mentioned there are Flix Group, and in Sales and Overseas we have the latest taking photos and we have this section. But we also wanted to represent something that is unique in the United States. After speaking the local publicist teams, when this did this magazine could have the high potential for representing something else in the United States market that is not comparable to the local magazines. So we didn't want to present the regular magazine per se, which is completely American material. We wanted to present European material. This gives potential and to European authors to present themselves in the American market as well. So it's kind of literary and export to the United States. And to have to speak specifically about the European magazine, this is also it also has the potential to build communities around Central Europe to have European writers from Hungary, from Austria, from Croatia, from Slovenia, or Slovakia, to hit big property writers, the scholars, and have some kind of discussion and dialogues we can outpunches, especially in these times where the region divergence is creation. This is and for that is very high and very dynamic. I think there were in the Middle Ages the lingua franca of the European people used to be the Latin language now because the English was so the phonetics is our community has to be English, so we have to read. We also have a bit better traditional translators in Ireland. We did and native speaking English speaker translators and literary scholars. So if we have a text from Hungary or any other adult country, we have them in its original language and we translate it into English, American English. So the process is final aspects, which is finalized, but to do it, the mark for the States. If I make the speakers, that is highly important because we also received text from the United States and also received text from the local writers translated their text to English, which is highly problematic because originally one has the sounds of Latin. So the editorial certain is this, and after the editing section we can also have an American corrector, pointer, and person finalizes the text for Brington. We also have a summary table account where you can there you can see some it was already published in the magazine from the Hungary and Slovakia, Shopper and Foreign. So the summary table is a potential for international magazine. They have texts in the no one has short stories, essays to be something to it. This is the stuff which is highly
optimized, or both magazines are both right now. So if a writer just registered there some of the text that we can manage to check them if they're important for the magazine and lead for to list, and the best of text can be printed by as well. Now, how can we proceed with the finances? The magazine is backed by the free charity partner. We also have collaborations with the unique, which is the European National Center for Culture, and as soon as they help us with fixed program, their national, international editorial team, as well as the graphical team. And we have also our system in the States, which is getting very interesting and position on to the local pharmacy system. Publicist is a person or a team of persons to help establish marketing and procedures to and place advertisements of the magazines to and work with the social media route and our engagement of the magazine. So they represent the magazine in market through these alternative through visual influence marketing bits. In the other thing. At first, we also wanted to have a very whole editorial team to create the setup as is still high, and the work of the soul is it has so many high before cost, so it's mounted. So we have more editorial team of moving back and forth to manage things. For example, the Moscow leaders in the United States, but the team from the companies to the time period is they have working with already progress. What are the other possibilities of and other possibilities to reach and then readers in the United States? First of all, we have to reach scholar people of the universities, students of the universities, and libraries, and flat bookshops. We have the connection so far with some major distributors. We distribute the magazine, and for example, in the Borza novel, which is one of the biggest we're the American distributors in Lucent magazines. They have 4-story buildings, and this is in the United States, and the proximity of the United States and WH is the United Kingdom. We sat down for a roundtable discussion with the United States magazines, and they asked the questions to them: what is the best possibility to reach the readers? And surprisingly, they said the best way is gain as many subscriptions as possible. Sure, if you're a little bit into social media management, how many experts saying that besides social media, the most important thing that if you want to reach people, the most important thing is to have subscriptions for newsletters. For example, if social media is bad for and reasons, we have possibilities to read average people if you have information. New information and new issues, information as well, and invitations for events. The events is another we also believe in. Last year we had for the managed to organize 2 tours to the United States. First in February, second in autumn, where we organized events in the for the United States cities. These were openings in the American Highland, Hungarian Library, the American Writers Museum, and Vanid and Hungarian interfaces in New Jersey as well, where we presented the magazine. The presented magazine did some readouts, talked about the magazine, which is a good one. This is kind of a salesman job through the factory setup, but after to in order to reach people with local people, if there's heap of an audience there, we can also have to find subscriptors, readers, and writers as well. So the benefits for us is twofold. We wanted to
and we are reaching the very good and big markets for how we charge and we possibility financial TV readers who are getting interested in Central European editions, literature, philosophy, and we had possibility to produce local writers have their books published there to find and gather together another community of writers and readers. Call him, he's the fun from Europe. And the second part is to have local communities here in Central Europe where we can put together writers and scholars. We can discuss about their issues, their possibility in the bigger market and in the speaking market, and to give the community that can show its set to the word and God. I think one of the most important changes there out in the world, English, which is our informed about. Zit het other question.